Well, hello everybody. I'm going to make a pot of black-eyed peas for New Year's. Since I'm going to my son's tomorrow, that's New Year's Eve, and we're having dinner, I decided instead of fixing chili beans, I'd fix a pot of black-eyed peas. The way I fix them, I love them. I can't eat them the way other people fix them. They're just really bad. But the way I fix them, you'll love them. I promise you. If I'll eat black-eyed peas, anybody will eat them this way. First of all, we're going to brown some bacon. If you have a little bit of ham, feel free to use ham. But if I'm going to make the black-eyed peas as a side dish, I'd rather put bacon in them. I'm going to put about 3 pieces of bacon. I think I'm going to brown 3 pieces of bacon. And normally I would do this in the pot, so I don't dirty a frying pan and a pot. But for the video, I'm going to do it in the pan so you can see what I'm doing. Now, while that's going, I'm going to fix me a couple of cloves of garlic to go in them. Again, I cut the end off the garlic and just smash it down. That'll help get the peeling off. So you don't have to struggle with peeling. So there's my 3 cloves of garlic. Get rid of this. I'm going to go ahead and chop it up just a little bit. And I'm going to go ahead and put it in my pot because my burner's not turned on yet. Don't really need that bowl. I got my onion. I'm going to put about a half an onion in there, chopped up. Well, maybe not quite half. I think I've got a little more than half here. We'll put a little bit back in the cart because I don't need quite that much onion. About a half of a small onion. Go ahead and put it in the pot. Because like I said, I don't have it on yet. I'm not going to put it on until I get my bacon grease in there. That's one reason I usually do it in the pot, is because I want to brown my onion and my garlic a little bit in the bacon drippings. But I will take the bacon out and just put it on a paper towel for it to cool because I want to crumble it up. And again, I like to cook my bacon really crisp. You need it crisp to go in this dish. I have been to several parties over the years, as old as I am, years ago, where they had black-eyed peas. And they were basically served in, they were cooked in just plain water. The water did turn the color of the peas, which was basically a dark brown. But they really didn't have seasoning and stuff in those black-eyed peas. And they were terrible. I don't see how anybody eats those kind of things. But I'll guarantee you, if you fix your black-eyed peas the way I'm going to do these, you will love them and you'll eat them all year long. Because like I said, I never liked black-eyed peas. I would not eat them until I started fixing them myself. And the way I fix them, I love them. Woo. And I know a lot of people will soak their black-eyed peas before they cook them. I'm not really going to soak them. But I bought a big bag of just plain old dried black-eyed peas. And I'm going to cook about half of it. I'm not going to cook this whole bag. Because this is, what, about 3 pounds? 2 pounds of black-eyed peas. I'm only going to cook a pound, about a half a bag of them. Because this is going to be a side dish. It's not going to be the main dish. Well, I got to turn my bacon. Bet to burn my bacon up. But that's okay. More flavor will come out of it. That'll go in my beans, my peas. Now see, normally I do my bacon in my pot, so I don't have but just, you know what, I should have just put them in there. That's what I should have done. Since I'm showing you that I'm frying the bacon, I should have showed you that I'm sauteing the onions and the garlic too. And then we'll put them in the pot. But usually, I just dump them all in. I fry my bacon in the pot. I saute my onions in the bottom of the pot. But for the video, I'll do them in the pan this time. And I'm just sauteing them till they're a little clear. Smell that garlic. Go ahead and make sure I get at least half of these. Got to have accident, aren't I? It's probably going to be enough. That's about half. But you can soak them overnight if that's what you want to do. What I'm going to do, since I'm sauteing my onions in my pan, I'm going to bring these to a boil and rinse them out. I'm just going to bring this whole pot to a boil in hot water. Rinse the peas real good while I'm still browning my onions and my garlic. And I just put it right in the bacon grease, because we're going to put the bacon grease, the onions, and the garlic right in our pot with our peas. We want that bacon grease in there. Now we're just sauteing them. We don't want them to burn. Turn my pot up on high till I get it boiling. Then I'm just gonna strain the water right out in my colander over the sink as soon as I get them to boiling. I'm going to go ahead and turn my pan off and just leave my onions and my garlic right there for a second. And I think that's hot enough. I'm just going to dump them out in the colander over here. I don't know if you can see me. And then I'm going to put the peas right back in the pot. Now I'm going to turn the burner back on and start cooking the peas. First, I'm going to dump my sauteed onions and garlic right along with a little bit of bacon grease right in my pot, because that's going to help season your peas. I'm going to put in some salt, pepper, I'm going to put in, and once you fix cowboy candy, the peppers are not as hot anymore as they normally would have been. I'm going to put in just a little bit of that, not much, because I don't want, I mean, we got kids eating, so I don't want them to get hold of anything so hot they can't eat it. So I put in, and if you don't know what cowboy candy is, it's jalapenos. It's every kind of hot pepper I grew in my garden that I cooked last year and made cowboy candy out of. Now I'm just going to put in a can of diced tomatoes. If you have fresh tomatoes, that's even better. These are just plain petite diced tomatoes. Now you can get the ones that have chilies, you can get the Italian style. It doesn't matter, whichever ones that you like to work with. I'm also going to crumble up my bacon. don't need this paper towel in there anymore. But I just need to crumble up my bacon. I don't think you can see me. But I'm just breaking up my bacon in my fingers. Crumbling it up. Basically, so I get bacon bits with it. I got all that goodness on my... got all that good... I have to apologize. My allergies are just killing me. But I'm dumping my bacon bits that I just crumbled up right in the pot. Try to get as many of those off my fingers as I can because my fingers are covered with it. Some of this bacon grease off my fingers. Now, if you really like a lot of garlic, you can add more garlic. That's up to you. Sometimes I'll go ahead and sprinkle in a little bit of garlic powder, a little bit of onion powder, some other spices. Just depends on what I have in the cabinet to season them up. But this is the way I fix my black-eyed peas, y'all. I always put a can of tomatoes at least in there. I don't know how long on the bag it tells you to cook them. I never really pay attention. I just put them in there and cook them. It takes about an hour and a half to 2 hours to cook your peas. See, this is the way I've always eaten them, where it says cooking directions: add 6 cups of hot water to drained and rinsed beans. Simmer gently with lid tilted until desired tenderness is reached. About 1.5 to 2 hours. And that's usually the way people cook them, is they just dump them in water and cook them in water, and they're gross that way. People, you got to season up these black-eyed peas. And I'll guarantee you, if you season them up, you'll love them. If you'll season them up, you'll eat them like I started eating them. But before I started cooking them and doing them this way, I wouldn't touch them. I hated black-eyed peas. They were the grossest things I'd ever put in my mouth. I'm trying to tie this bag, and I don't think it's going to work. Get me some, oops. Get me a piece of tape and tape the top of the bag, I guess. Like I said, I'm not cooking all of these. It's too many to cook at one time. That big pot of black-eyed peas right there is enough. So I'll have the other pound to cook at another time. And like the directions say, it's going to take an hour, hour and a half to 2 hours for these to cook. I'm not putting them under pressure. I'm just going to boil them in the pot, let them cook naturally, and we'll check back with you. Well, I'm back. And it looks like my beans or peas are done. They're cooked. And I'm going to go ahead and turn them off at this point because they're still a little liquidy. But once you turn them off, the peas will soak up a lot of that moisture and they won't be, you know, that watery. And I don't want them too dry. But see there? There is your New Year's black-eyed peas. And they are so good. You got to fix them this way. Try them once. I think you'll love them. And you'll probably fix them this way from now on. And you'll have them more times during the year than just at New Year's, I promise you. But there you go. There's my black-eyed peas for New Year's. Y'all take some. Take a bite. Don't they look good? I mean, they're not black-eyed peas just swimming in dark water. They're actually cooked, seasoned, and they are so good. Mmm. And hot. But those are so good, y'all. Try them. You'll like them. And I'm going to let you go so I can get this uploaded. We'll see you on my next one.